It's up your game once again. And this is Office Politics Champions. Up your game is your opportunity to get another nugget to help you to win in that game called office politics. And my word for you today is this: why do you believe that you can win that game operating as a technocrat? I want to submit right off the gate that politicians win the game of office politics, not technocrats. Only politicians win. Technocrats lose, and they always will. They always will. And so today, I'm saying to you, it's time to evaluate and examine how you have operated thus far in this game. You want to thrive in your career, you want to get ahead of others, you want to be rewarded, okay, for all that you have put into that organization, as you should rightly be. There is a way to play. Thus far, you have played as a technocrat. Thus far, you have played as one who is very skillful. And I admire your skill, all right? Quite frankly, it most likely differentiates you from many others. Many others are not as skillful as you, but the reality is that they are getting ahead of you in the scheme of things. Well, you think that that's not normal, and that's true. It's not normal. The only normal aspect of it has to do with how they operate. It's not that they don't have any skill at all. If they don't have any skill, they wouldn't be in the organization. They have a skill, just like you have. You probably are just more skillful. Maybe you have a more robust basket of skills. However, that's not all there is to that game. That game is called office politics. It's not called office technocracy. If it were just the game of technocrats, then you should be ahead. But it's not. And there's nothing bad with that. It's just the way that the organization runs. It's the way of the workplace. Because the workplace does not comprise just technocrats alone. There are many stakeholders in the workplace who are not technocrats. Some are stakeholders because they brought money. Some are stakeholders because they're regulators. Some are stakeholders because they're politicians. All right. And so, you can't expect the organization to run just as a purely technocratic organization. All right. So we need to understand, because of the dynamics of the organization, you have an environment of politics, an environment of stakeholders, the pursuit of interest, and the like. And therefore, you can't come into the game playing just as a technocrat. If all you do is to rely on your skill and the use to which you put your skill, you will lose. That's the truth. All right. Don't operate as a technocrat at the workplace. How should you operate? I'm sure that's the next question. Well, operate as a politician. All right. Leveraging your technical skills. It is politicians who win, not technocrats. Now, who are politicians? To be clear, they are not liars. They are not disrespectful people. They are not people to be hated or what have you, the way some of us tend to label them. For this purpose, all right, and specifically within the context of the workplace, politicians are those who recognize the political environment of the workplace. Let me be clear. Politicians at the workplace are those who know that there are stakeholders and consider themselves to be one, and rightfully so, legitimately so. They know that each stakeholder has his own interests, and the interests are different, and the conflict. They know that what is responsible for every stakeholder to do is to pursue their interests with the hope of, attaining it as much as they can. And they understand that all of those efforts and the interaction of what all stakeholders do is what will give them some kind of outcome or the other. And they are willing to accept what their outcome is, for as long as they have taken responsibility to also play their part in the game. Those are politicians. You can see that, the concept is different from what you think. All right. And so, perhaps one of the things that you needed to do is to see, how that skill, that technical skill that you have, can empower you to play that game. And the truth is that if you really think about it, there is something in your area, all right, of expertise that empowers you to play and to play strong in this game. All right. If you're an engineer, there are theories in engineering that you can bring to bear on how to win in this kind of environment. If you're a social scientist, if you're an economist, if you are a programmer, there are skills, if you will think about it seriously, and that you can leverage, all right, as an advantage in playing this game. The reality is you are using the things that you've learned, all right, the same skills that you are applying to that day-to-day work, okay, to achieve great results. You are applying it also within the larger context of how the organization runs, all right? You are not limiting yourself. You've limited yourself too much. And you've only been focusing on that responsibility you are given and getting good results there. But many of the theories, the approaches, the tactics that you use to play the politics derive from some of these technical, principles. All right. So you are required to broaden, all right, your horizon. Okay, look beyond your engineering area. Look beyond your human resources area. All right, open your eyes and see that those things you are applying to solve and deal with human resource problems, they find application, all right, in the context of how the organization works, in the larger context of how the organization works, and that is the politics of it. So rise up, take responsibility. You have hated politicians enough. It's not a bad thing to be a politician. It's not a cause to be a politician. The fact that you have not played as a politician is why you are where you are, and you will keep losing. All right. The problem with technocrats is that they don't realize that the environment, okay, involves more factors that are beyond the control of those things that they have been taught. The engineers need to know that there are many things that you can't control with precision like you would do in engineering. And whenever humans are there, emotions are there. Whenever emotions are there, things are not always as they appear. And you have to respect those emotions. You have to, all right? Otherwise, you will be holding the wrong end of the stick at the end of the day. So, my counsel today, operate as a politician, leveraging your technical skills. I remember, the counsel, I am sending you out as sheep among wolves. And allow me to paraphrase. Don't go there operating as sheep. Operate a different strategy. Be wise as a serpent, but be harmless as a dove. Allow me to say that counsel says operate as a politician rather than the skillful person that you are. It never said don't use your skills. It says, look, Your skills will find relevance only if you approach it from this manner. So you want to think about that, and you want that to influence, all right, how you proceed from here at work. And I guarantee you the results will be different. It's up your game. That's, the channel through which we bring you the nugget for today. And I hope that helps. Join me on Wednesday. It's going to be Let's Talk Office Politics. Lunchtime, 1 p.m. West African time. We'll be there for 45 minutes. I'll be speaking to another interesting aspect of this game. And here it's all about how to help you, get ahead and to succeed and thrive in your career. Thank you for listening. Have a great week. God bless you. Bye-bye.